Welcome friends, today we'll discuss about catheter ablation therapy. Catheter ablation therapy is the treatment of choice for patients with SVT or atrial flutter and is a useful treatment for some patients with atrial fibrillation or ventricular arrhythmias. It involves inserting a series of catheter electrodes into the heart through the venous system. These are used to record the activation sequence of the heart in sinus rhythm during tachycardia and after pacing maneuvers. Once the arrhythmia focus or circuit, such as an accessory pathway in WPW syndrome, has been identified, a catheter is used to ablate the culprit tissue. This can be done either by using heat, which is termed radiofrequency ablation, or by freezing, which is termed cryoablation. The procedure takes approximately 1 to 4 hours and does not require a general anesthesia, although the patient may experience some discomfort during the ablation procedure. Serious complications are rare, less than 1%, but include complete heart block, requiring pacemaker implantation, and cardiac tamponade. For many arrhythmias, radiofrequency ablation is very attractive because it offers the prospect of a lifetime cure, thereby eliminating the need for long-term drug therapy. The technique has revolutionized the management of many arrhythmias and is now the treatment of choice for AV NRT and AV reentrant accessory pathway tachycardias, where it is curative in over 90% of cases. Focal atrial tachycardias and atrial flutter can also be treated by radiofrequency ablation, although some patients subsequently experience episodes of atrial fibrillation. The applications of the technique are expanding, and it can now be used to treat some forms of ventricular tachycardia. Catheter ablation techniques are also employed to prevent atrial fibrillation. This involves ablation at two sites, the ostia of the pulmonary veins and in the left atrium itself, where re-entry circuits maintain atrial fibrillations once established. This is effective at reducing episodes of atrial fibrillation in around 70 to 80% of younger patients with structurally normal hearts and tends to be reserved for patients with drug-resistant AF because the procedure carries a risk of cardiac tamponade and rarely stroke or death. In patients with permanent atrial fibrillation and poor rate control in whom drugs are ineffective or are not tolerated, rate control can be achieved by implantation of a permanent pacemaker, followed by ablation of the AV node to induce complete AV block and bradycardia, thus allowing the pacemaker to assume control of the heart rate. This is a diagram of radiofrequency ablation. Ablation of the accessory conducting pathway in Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome. Here sinus node is seen, transseptal puncture is done, there is AV node and there is accessory pathway ablation by catheter. Thank you friends.